Hello everybody and welcome back to some Ion International Endurance Championship action. Joining you for the remaining moments of qualifying is... Oh, there we go. It's just come up. Joining you for the remaining moments of qualifying is Mediapod Dolphin and Lion Guy. Hello.
Hello there.
So, it's looking very close and competitive at the moment, apart from the pole position lap time, which is currently being taken by Critical Noob, who you can see here, 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, to say it's competitive is an understatement for the pole position. From 2 to about P6, it's very competitive, but Critical just seems to be on point with that lap today.
It's very, very good indeed. Stupidly fast compared to all of the other teams. You can see from second, a 1:17.5, all the way down to 13th. Only 3 seconds between those cars. But Critical is doing that exact gap for one position. It's absolutely craziness what he's managing to do in the touring at the moment.
And we think about this, we have some reigning GT3. We have the GT3 leader who's behind him. We have Indom, who's a very fast driver. Law, Professor, F1 drivers who are just so slow. Who are so fast. And Critical just having this giant gap. He just is meshing with this car so well. Continuing what over the last few days we've been seeing Twin win a lot. And it seems like based on this, if they keep this pace up, they have a chance at this race win. But of course, as we go back through the field, it is very competitive with Critical's teammate, Luce, in P5. We have the two KRs, P6 and P7, but definitely you want to watch out for those cars. Something that KR does is they are worse in qualifying, as we've seen in F1. Kaikera came from all the way back as P15 to win the race multiple times. Just like, who's going to be able to touch Critical? That's the one question most teams must have on their mind. Is there something he's doing that anyone else is not? And currently it seems like if he keeps up this pace, of course it's endurance, so you need 3 fast drivers. 3 to 4 depending on the team. But if his team can keep at the pace, which in endurance it's not a one driver sport, it's multiple. So it can cause big issues. If Critical is the only fast driver on Torn, you could see them fall off in the later stages of the race, and could a team like Quake or Boot GP or even Brandstar KR get very close to them. As I believe, just trying to say, as Indominus Rex sets a first sector purple, if we can go on board with him very shortly, that'll be very interesting to see. As he goes through his lap, he's heading into one of the straights where, after yesterday's boost of hybrid, it seems like these cars are a lot faster compared to yesterday's qualifying times. Ooh, as Indominus runs very wide, that lap will be invalidated. Just looking at my laptop here, it seems like the fastest lap yesterday was a 1:20. The pole time is a 1:14 currently. Provisional pole. As Indominus invalidates on his lap, that must be horrible for Craig there. Of course, with 20 seconds, most teams are going to see if they can rival Critical, but as of right now, nobody is going to be able to take down Critical unless someone has some extra fuel in the bag. As Critical backs up on his final lap, as he believes he will be our pole sitter, as the checkered flag is now waved. His teammate of Critical is currently in P5, but multiple people, including the pro drive of Jockey Dev, is improving both sectors green. Me and the Uprise improving both sectors. Of course, in P8 and P9, but remember, they are only about a second off P2. So we could see something change up here. So that's a good lap. As Jockey goes P2! That is a really good lap from him. He was beater than Dominus and all the other drivers from all the way back there. Professor in his middle sector has set up green. But it seems like Jockey has set up amazing lap, 5/10 faster than P3. As Professor then goes P2. Seems to be a very good battle, and it seems like Mummy has backed off their lap. But it seems like our top 10 has really been set, no one else really improving. In P1, we have Critical Noob with a 114.6. And the closest car to him, Professor Bluxer, who line up next to him with a 116.8. And Jockey with a 117.0. And then Indominus, Lacupiad, Loose Spot, the two KRs of 7, Matt, Mum, and Soro, and Chris finishing off your top 11, and then Johnson right on the edge of it. Very good qualifier from everyone. Seems like it should be a very good race, but of course, Brainstar, as we all know, has some very fast drivers in their team. Okay, as we're just waiting to see a vote of what everyone is thinking as the developer first is trying to figure out if the hybrid balance of performance this morning was too much. Okay, as it seems like we might get a sub restart before we go in, as it seems like they might want to change something. Okay, as we're waiting for qualifying, it should start, as we're waiting for the race, it should stop very shortly. And of course, a lot of people have reminders of what happened 2 weeks ago at Palm Harbor, where they had to delay the race due to some technical difficulties. But it seems like we all good to go for the race. As we are getting to the 1 o'clock mark in Iron's time zone. This race, of course, will be 6 hours. Looking at, we'll be finishing around 7 p.m. EST, which could be as late as midnight for some of these drivers. As we're just waiting on Stuff and Faster to announce when the session should get underway. Okay, currently I'm just trying to figure out what our direction is. Believe we might be able to get a interview in here shortly. Might ask, as the cars are starting to line up on the grid. Okay, never mind, as we are looking to get this race underway very shortly. It should be very fun. Of course, we don't know what could be going on this race, but it should be very interesting. Of course, we have Critical Noob lining up on pole. But I don't know if Critical Noob is starting the race. That would be a big thing in this race. As it actually seems Love Majority is starting the race in P1. That is a interesting decision on Torn. Of course, in Endurance, your driver qualified does not need to start.
Hello everybody, I have returned.
Awesome. As it seems, just to get you updated, we are lining up on the grid currently.
Sounds
and
good.
I've noted something. Love Majority is starting for Torn and not Critical. That could be a strategy. Possibly sending in a worse driver, of course, Love Majority, who is someone that is, I believe, position 2 in the F2 championship currently. So he is very fast. A up-and-coming junior. Yes, Love Majority P2, behind Noah, who is a very fast driver also. So Love Majority is not a slouch of a driver, so Torn seems to have a very good chance at this, but we need to watch out for teams like KR who have the experience on some of these other drivers. Brandstar, Professor, F1 driver. And Dominus owns a team in GT3. Toots is a F2 driver for Valor. So both Valor cars are running different drivers, I've noticed. That could be a strategy going through. And something we haven't talked about is the cars running out the end of the field. We have Corjecta and Apollo and the Audi and the Renault. And then we have one of the Boots, which Bhutan would not be very happy with being that far back.
There is, however, a boot quite high up on the grid, so they do still have a chance to score points. Should we explain the point system? Because I believe that was announced to the team owners the other day.
Yes, it was. Let me just pull that up.
Right, so for 4-hour races, it's pretty much the F1 point system, but there are a few differences. So for first, you get 25 points, second 18, third is 15 points, fourth position is 12 points, fifth is 10th is 10 points, sixth is 8 points, seventh is 6 points, eighth is 4 points, ninth is 2 points, 10th is 1 point, and then every position from 11th and above you get half a point. Pole, you get a point, and fastest lap you get a point as well. For 6 hours, 38 points for winning, 27 points for second, 23 points for third, I'm already getting confused, 18 points for fourth, and 15 points for fifth, 12 points for sixth, 9 points for seventh, 6 points for 8th, 3 points for 9th, 2 points for 10th, and 1 point for 11 plus. Again, a point for pole and a point for fastest lap. And then for the 12-hour race at the end of the season at the Charles Mansion Race Park, 50 points. That's a massive haul of points for winning. 36 for coming second, 30 for third, 24 points for coming fourth, 20 points for fifth, 16 points for sixth, 12 points for seventh, 8 points for eighth, 4 points for 9th, 2 points for 10th, and 1 point again for 11 plus, as well as a point for pole and a point for fastest lap. So far, Touran already have a pole towards the constructors.
Yeah, and just to clarify something, 11 plus is only if you finish the race. So if you retire mid-race, you will not get the 11 plus point. So only cars that finish will be able to earn that 1 point.
Oh, and apparently they're going to do something with Discord, because they're going to do a bot in the Discord server which will count down the times, not in the game. So that'll be really helpful for the graphics, because we won't be able to see. Genius.
Should be fun. Where the heck is this bot? Oh. Huh. Let me just... Okay. So, with this bot, we're just gonna... Okay. So I'm just trying to see if we can get a knowledge of where the bot is that will be doing the countdown stuff.
So whilst we're waiting for everything to be sorted out, why don't we run through all the information about this upcoming race? So everybody, as the drivers are waiting on the grid, it's the first race of the ION International Endurance Championship coming to you live from the Harbour circuit in Dubai. Here you can see the circuit being used several times before for Formula 1, Formula 2, GT3 as well. Massive straight down the back. Tight, squiggly section in the middle. Everything you'd ever want from a circuit is here. Here are the commentary teams that were meant to be here, but we have had some people dropping out and unavailable. As you can see, Despicable Devil and Project User are currently not here. And yeah, Newbeta may also not be here. We'll find out shortly. So here are the drivers on the grid. I believe that's a fleet car now coming round.
Yes, can confirm that is a fleet driver. As it seems like that should be the last of every driver we're missing. Unless we're missing one more. Yes, we are missing one driver. I'll try and go figure out who that is. Give me a quick second. Okay, it seems to be J-Cash, I believe. Yes, that's who that would be.
And for some reason they're doing a standing start, which is completely wrong. None of the drivers are even on the board, so I don't know how we're meant to get positions. But okay. Looks like we're on the way. Here are the lights, and they're off and away. I believe that was a massive jump start. That's a slow start for the Touran, and we can't see because the drivers aren't on the tower, so we can't see. And there's also an Audi that was slow off the grid.
Yeah, I don't know if many people were prepared for that start, but
Yeah,
we're going.
Yeah, none of the drivers are on the being registered by the timing system, so we don't know where anyone is. We'll find out in a second, hopefully. I hope. This has gone brilliantly.
Oh, as we have our first drivers appearing on the timing board now.
Here we go. They're now coming around. You can actually see them now. Here's Matt
Which seems like...
in the KR. No, that's Sever. Sorry, that's Sever.
No, it is Matt and Sever.
Matt, well, I was spectating Sever and I said it was Matt.
They're very close here. It looks like the KR's got an amazing start then.
We'll see. Yeah, but it says Matt is currently leading the race. But we don't actually have any timings between the sectors. Yeah, this has gone really well. But we can see the order is correct. We currently have Matt in the lead for KR. The number 23 car. Closely followed, just 7/10 by teammate Sever.
Yeah, of course. So I expect the pit window should be in about a few laps time, and about 8 or 9 laps. Oh,
Sever might have actually gotten past Matt there.
Yes, he did. So of course, these two drivers seem to already have made a very large lead to Professor Bloxer. Of course, these cars started way down the order and are now all the way up already. Of course, tire wear and fuel will be very important to watch during this race for them.
Corner cut, well, a lot of corner cuts where you see red sectors everywhere as Professor Bloxer takes the fastest lap.
Yeah, I believe it was the only one who didn't corner cut that lap. So that will be a major thing. As we have 5 hours and 57 minutes left on this timer. So the race should end at 7:03 EST. Which, once we get an average lap speed here, we'll be able to predict how many laps this race could possibly be.
Now coming around for what is the 3rd lap now. Sever strongly in the lead of this race by 2.5 seconds for KR Racing. Looking a bit further down the field, you can see JX Cass here in the brand start, the number 15 car in 23rd position.
Yeah, as I just looked on the strategy computer, it looks like we should be around 277 laps the race should be. So, based on that calculation, we should start seeing some people start going around at around lap 10 to 12, I believe, is the pit window. As I've already noticed something, these KRs are actually very under fuel compared to everyone else in the field. Looks like a lot more cars are taking a lot more fuel than they did. Could be a sign to see we are doing less laps.
Sever crossing the line yet again. Matt takes the fastest lap, but the gap between the two teammates drops quite significantly by over a second. Both of the Croatian cars doing quite well, apart from that little hop and skip over the curb for Seba. That's going to give Matt a massive advantage.
Yes. We are seeing this now as based on what I'm currently seeing, as it seems Corjetta, who started all the way down in P29, is already up to P6.
Good start
as of course,
for,
if you want to get
for the Renault.
Yeah. If you want to get a live lap count, I recommend joining the IEC Discord in the description. Join now. And if you look in league announcements, you'll get the live
yeah, they didn't integrate a countdown timer into the timing system, so they've had to do laps instead, which is not very good. But you know, we roll with it. Yeah. Matt getting into the lead.
Yeah, it seems like this should be a very good race once we get it into the pit stop phase. That should be around lap 10, I suspect. Based on the amount of fuel these cars have, they should be able to do, let me check. I'll get right back to you on how long these cars should be doing. Based on my data estimate, these KRs should be doing about 9 to 8 more laps, which would take us to lap 13, where we'll see the first of the cars starting to pit.
Very interesting data, but these two, just to point out, these two cars are absolutely storming away from the rest of the field. 6 seconds, Professor Bloxer, and Professor Bloxer is about another 6 seconds to Indominus Rex in 4th. And there's an Alpine that's spun out. Have we already got a DNF? I think we have. Who's that in P24?
Yes, well,
that's RMGA in the Alpine.
Just gonna try and confirm that is Alpine. Yes, that is the Alpine that has DNF. That is our first DNF of the race.
And after, I think, yes, so Faster has changed the end laps to 290, which is just a bit over what Lion Guy you predicted. You predicted 270, correct?
280.
280. Okay, so that's close
still
enough.
Good to have the margin, but
yeah. So we have an idea of how close it is going to be. So the official end of the race will come by the timings, the timer in the IEC League Discord server. So if you want to see the official ends, go there. However, we do have a rough estimate of how much time is left in the race instead of 2,500 laps, which would take us into about a week in the future.
Yeah, of course. In the future, we will get a live timer integrated with the stream. Just there was a technical difficulty, based on what I'm hearing today, that could cause this. But at Palm Harbor, there's one more thing to watch out for that we haven't mentioned yet. Corner cuts. These drivers need to watch out for that, as there is very possibility penalties could be handed out. Ooh, as it seems like Matt just went around into the wall.
Has Matt spun? I don't know.
Yes, Matt did spin. Seems
Shame we couldn't see that. Yeah, Sever's into the lead now. Professor Bloxer, the gap between the Brand Star and the KR racing car, down by 3 seconds now. Does that mean could Professor Bloxer get into second?
Yeah, it seems like that absolutely killed his rear tires. They're down about 2% off Sever, meaning we could see that KR pit a bit early. Course, I believe a lap is around 77 seconds. 78, sorry. So we could see our first lap cars in a few laps time. Of course, our only Manto in the boot in P23 is our last of our current running cars. 60 seconds behind the leader. So we could see him being lapped in a few laps time.
going to stay on board with this boot for the time being, just to get a feeling of what the track is like. You can see the rear there just sliding for the number 6 car.
That is the car in P23, correct? Yes. So the number 6 boot is currently in P23, chasing after J-Cast in the Branch Star, who the other Branch Star is chasing after the KRs in the lead. So Branch Star seems to be having a mix. Possibly we could have a word with Shay about what could be going on in that car in the future.
Let's look a bit more to the middle of the field. New Valor IEC team. Oh, and Mr. Cowbox getting all out of shape there. The new Valor IEC team, after a return to GT3 and entrance into the Expo League, now in IEC, taking over the X21 team.
Yes, and as we just hit 11 minutes, it has been 11 minutes into the race so far, and we've completed 8 laps. That should give us a very good idea on what that average lap time was. Around 72 seconds, based on my calculation.
We have another subscriber to the channel. Thank you very much for I can't speak. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for subscribing. Very close battle between this Pro Drive and this Renault car. Seems as if Correcture just getting ahead at the timing line, but it can all change by the next one. So going through the S's section here now, that tight left-hander gets tighter and tighter to this short straight. Then another tight left-hander leading onto an even longer straight. It's about 4 times as long as this one.
Yes, and the KRs are around 15% fuel now. Something noted they did not start their lap with 100% fuel as we are. And as Sev is lapping the first car of the race, the Boot GP, number 6. Definitely we're going to need to be watching out to see when we will be seeing the KRs pit. That would be big to see if someone can undercut or overcut them, especially Professor, who has a gap. But it seems like Matt and Professor have gotten a lot closer.
Yeah, Matt's mistake definitely isn't going to help with that. Another mistake, just running out wide there. So as long as Professor Bloxer can keep the number of mistakes low, this is looking good for the Brandstar team. Actually, let's stay on board with Professor Bloxer.
Yes, it seems like a move could be getting done. It seems like they're all deploying their hybrid powers. Of course, these cars are hybrids. So, at the back of the cars, we'll see the green display being shown off their rear wing to see when these cars are deploying hybrid.
Been racing for about 15 minutes so far, now on lap 10. Professor Bloxer officially at the timing sign, getting ahead of Matt, who comes into the pits.
That's our first pit. Let's see. Matt making the first early move. That was lap 11. Only 11 laps. That is worrying.
Oh, no.
It seems like he messed up his...
He's messed up the pit exit.
Yeah, seems to be how possibly hit a wall. That might have been longer. So he's going to come out here. Believe that's Alpine there. believe he's coming out around. Oh, as the boot and P10 also pit, so he'll come out at P10 along with the boot and Torn are both in. The Quake and boot are both in. Yes.
The crate coming
As
out.
the other brand star is, as we see the both brand stars next to each other. Of course, one brand star is a lap down to the other one. So
JX Cass, quite a significant distance behind Professor Bloxer, to put it as nice as possible.
yes, we could. I don't know. We'll be expecting Sever to pit. I suspect this lap, as the other KR did, and yes, he did come into the pit. So let's see where Professor will pit, or he'll go another lap. And yes, he does. So we're seeing them pit around 10 to 11, meaning you could see over 17 pit stops in this race, which would be mad.
That would be quite impressive.
Of course, with driver swaps, it could be less, but don't you want to minimize the
Sever
time
and Professor
in the pit lane?
Bloxer have also now come into the pits, as well as Indominus Rex. Sever gets out ahead, though.
Yeah, but Corjecta seems to be the only car who has not pit yet, number 8. Possibly could see tire wear being a factor here. Could have conserved his tires compared to the leaders. No, oh yes, his tires are very conserved based on this. They pitted at a lot lower, so we could see Corjecta going longer, meaning over 17 laps. If you do, just as an estimate, it's 17 pit stops and he goes 1 lap longer each time. It could possibly end up with him going a lap longer every pit stop, and eventually making it 1 less pit stop. But of course, it really depends on how long the pits take.
I'd say, let's try work out how long these pit stops are going to take. In F1, I think they take around 25 seconds, if I remember, because the pit lane here isn't incredibly long. The pit lane is literally just the length of the garages, compared to somewhere like Italy, where the pit lane just seemed to go on forever. Of course, we don't have that track on the calendar. Oh, and there's a brand star that spun round. That's not Professor Bloxer. That will be JX Cass in the number 15 brand star.
As it seems like... Ooh, okay, as it seems like Corjecta has won another lap on Sever. That is worrying. How long Corjecta is going compared to those other KRs. KR definitely would want to get on top of that. Professor says the fastest last sector. Definitely want to see what Alpine is currently doing. As it seems Corjecta is getting passed by Sever, so we could see Corjecta coming into the pit lane this lap. Of course, Sever on brand new tires. Corjecta seems to be struggling, so I could see him coming in here. Of course, he is on higher fuel, which is interesting. Could possibly be avoiding fuel at the next stop. As we see pit stops, a few cars inside the top 10 that Alpine hasn't pitted. I believe that's real Rick Astley hasn't pitted. Corjecta, Johnson, real Rick Astley, and Andrew and the Alpine haven't pitted.
Thank you again to another new subscriber. Another new subscriber? Boy, they're coming out of nowhere.
Sorry about that. I'm back now.
And there we go, everybody. We should have a rough timer on screen. It won't be exact. I just mocked it up in HTML real quick. So hopefully that's good enough. We'll be able to see roughly when the race will end. Here you can see Corrector finally coming into the pits. Falling down to P9 now. I don't believe that Lacapade will be able to get ahead. Professor Blocks are holding second for Brandstar on the hard compound tyre.
Yeah, I return now. It seems like Matt has fallen behind Professor by about 6 seconds, could still be making mistakes. Very worrying for the KR team.
Still third though, so still a good haul of points for the 6 hours of Palm Harbour.
Yeah, but of course, Corgetta making that stint go a lot longer has possibly caused issues for him.
Yeah, you can see
with his time.
Yeah, it says he's currently down in P17. I'm not sure whether that's correct or not. It could be, because I can see JX Cass around them. They've fallen way back. What's happened to Corrector?
I don't know, but it seems like when he crossed into pit lane... Yeah, no, he isn't that far back. He seems to only be... Yeah, no. He's right by Johnson, actually.
Has there been a timings issue for Corrector? They've fallen down to P19.
Yeah, it seems to be a timing issue here as a lap down. That is suspicious.
So I'm not going to be able to correct that during the race, so bad news for Renault. Timing fault means they are currently P18 and P19.
Yeah, of course. A time that we see on screen is not the best one ever, but it works for now. Just a suggestion, possibly for the timer, just so it doesn't seem so weird, possibly put it in the other side of the screen, if our technical department wants to do that, just so we can see it a bit better.
Should be fixed. Don't know if it's going to break again. I believe the other old timer just popped up. Looks good.
Sorry about that. Accidentally had an issue.
So, roughly 5 hours and 38 minutes to go in this 6-hour race. Sever leading, Professor second, and Matt third. Professor Blocks are now exactly 4 seconds behind Sever.
Now my live timer running, so I can keep a idea on how far we are. Okay. So it seems like we're watching Professor Blocks, who has strengthened the gap to Matt, of course. Now it seems like everyone past P10 has already been lapped. That is poor, poor, poor. Except for Corgetta, who was behind. as on board with the 74 of the fleet. As he goes into the first turn, it's a left-hand turn. As we head into the little area that is a left-right to S section, before we head into a longer left-hand turn, then we head into a hairpin where they brake hard, turn right, and as we're going to have another right-hand turn that these drivers take at incredible speeds, little to any lift in there, as it seems like. The yeah, so as I'm getting heard, that Critical has went in for the turn. Of course, they're the only car on the field to have made a second pit stop and have also made a driver change. The first one so far. They're trying to fight back. Of course, we should be expecting a next round of pit stops from Matt very shortly as he's sliding all over the track there. Matt should be pitting within about a lap or two. If we're on suspect, it's about 11 laps a stint. So we should be seeing the next round of pit stops in a few moments. Okay, as we see corner cuts, now that is going to be something to watch. No one has hit the 360 mark yet, though. But it seems like our closest car is Rio Rick Astley at 43. Matt seems to be having a very hard time here now. Just drifting all over the track. Would not want to be in his shoes currently. His tires are all the way down at around 68%. Most of the time they want to pit around low 70. As I actually did get one Matt pits now. So lap 21, that is, we're going to need to see where Seba and Professor go to. As Professor and Seba are already together, I didn't even realize. This should be a very good battle. Of course, Professor and KRV Brainstorm, one of the most iconic battles from the Ferrari days in this season.
Very close right now between these two cars. Professor Bloxer leading the battle, leading the race. But we've already seen 3 cars leading so far. Indominus Rex has managed to make their way up to 3rd, which is where Professor Bloxer was only 30 minutes ago. So could we see a Craig in the lead sometime? Well, just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But Matt just pitted again, so that's an early pit stop again. So that could be worrying for that team. As we just hit 30 minutes. Oh, about 32 minutes. As we hit just about the halfway mark of the race.
Halfway mark of the race? We've still got 5.5 hours.
Oh my god, halfway mark of the first hour. So, sorry. Sorry, we have a lot more to go. We'd be halfway through our F1 race by now, but of course we are in endurance, so we're going to be stuck here a bit longer than that.
Yeah, roughly 5.5 hours to go. of this 6 hours of Palm Harbour. 22 laps completed so far. Looking roughly for another 250.
Yeah. Which, of course... Yeah, as I'm just trying to get an update on where Core could be theoretically. He is still racing. No, so it seems like Seva and Matt Professor have both made pit stops now, based on what it seems like.
So if the lap times hold up, it looks like there's going to be roughly 276 laps to the race so far, which is only 4 laps shorter than Lion Guy's initial prediction, which is pretty good. Well done.
I can tell you, I have a strategy computer for a reason, but of course we could have a safety car, which I don't expect.
There aren't any collisions in this league, so I understand that there would be a reason for a safety car, but you never know.
As it seems like we're gonna have another cook battle between Seva and Professor here. So as there's just some current chat, it seems Corjetta now pits, again going longer than everyone else. Okay, sorry for the lack of commentary. We're currently trying to work on to get a person in here. Hello there, Mr. Rabbit.
Hello. Hello.
So, you wanted to be interviewed. So I heard you're currently part of the Renault staff and are mad about the Corjetta issues. You want to give us some more details about it?
So basically, when our driver came into the pits, he did his normal pit stop as usual. Didn't do anything noticeably wrong. So I don't think he's done anything on his part.
Mm-hmm.
But so he came in, and then his sector 3 is not counted. So then when he's come out of the pits, it's not detected him as crossing the line. So he's lost a lap from that, and they've muted everyone in the game for some reason. So
I believe it's for lag reasons, but continue.
I believe that's a load of rubbish. So we're struggling to contact the officials because obviously everyone's muted. So what we've had to do is we've had to like spam ping Sharp while he's trying to do his job. And Shark's then passed that on to the senior director, so he's passed it on to Faster, and nothing's happened. Like he's still a lap down.
I'd say that seems like a very interesting view, especially as where do you believe he could be if he wasn't a lap down exactly?
I believe it was someone said P3 at some point, but
I'm just trying to see if he's lapping
in the upper
J-Cast
half of the field. And the fact that they're still not doing anything, I think, is pretty appalling.
Yeah, it's very possible. Of course, it is a long race, so we could possibly see it come back eventually, but think.
I mean,
You guys
he
keep...
shouldn't have to do a comeback though. He hasn't made a mistake.
Yes, I'm very much aware. So
Yeah.
I believe, yeah, I 100% do agree with you guys here that he should have the lap back, and let's hope he does possibly get it, because I think he is a very fast driver, and I'm just trying to figure out where he exactly is on track. Seems like he could be around P3. Oh, that's actually really interesting. Where is he?
I got told P3, but I don't know how accurate that is.
I'm just trying to do the calculations in my head because the lap's around 77 seconds, so just say here.
Yeah.
He could be around like 50 seconds behind the leader, which would put him right smack in the middle of like P4. He would be P5 actually, which would be a very good point.
He's just made a mistake, but it's still ridiculous what's going on.
Yeah.
And they're saying all these officials can't do anything. But I don't understand why they're there if they can't do anything about it. Because if they can't do anything about it, then
it's a very good point.
Purpose? What they do, they're just there to transition the leaderboard from pit stops to corner cuts. I don't see that purpose.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in with us. I hope Faster tries to resolve something, and I'm going to send you on your day, I guess. Good luck to Renner in the rest of the race.
Thank you.
Have a great day. So as we see the number 28 brain stuff coming to the pits here, that is Professor Bloxer, I believe, striking early. As we see Critical take the fastest lap. As we also see Matt pit, that could be interesting. Matt, of course, had an issue early on where he pit. Does not seem to be a driver change though. Of course, we'll see if we can get some more information when we could be seeing our first one. Because it seems like that is Indominus Rex coming in. It seems like Sever, as one of the next round of pit stops, it seems about every 11 lap we're getting a pit, which is very interesting that these cars are doing 11 laps. So guys, I'm just getting word from the race director that we will be seeing him unlapped. It seems like nope, stream back. Okay. Hello everybody. Sorry about that, we had a small issue. there with our broadcasting issues from that side. But just to keep you updated, it is Professor in the lead. If you have just came with us, we have about. Just ignore the technical difficulties currently. It should all be up very shortly. Of course, we have got word from the officials that Corgetto will be unlapped due to a technical difficulty. It seems like we're about to lap out of here. As Johnson has only made one pit stop. That is very interesting. Everyone else has made 3. So, very nice tire saving by Johnson. His tires must be absolutely destroyed, but the time in the pit seems to be really benefiting them here. As we're just getting, we should
There
be
we go.
having.
We should have driver tire back, everybody. Sorry for that.
Awesome. Very shortly, we should be getting some more people into the tower here, into the commentary box. It already seems like Professor Sever are coming away with this race. Professor making already a 7-second gap. That is amazing. Next round of pit stops should be around lap 44. And we are almost an hour in, which feels like it's been a lot longer than that, but we have another 5 to go after this. Is on board with the turn number 11 here.
Just looking at critical. Very, very quick. Down in P14. Has pitted a few times. But doing well.
He's another person who was noted to have had a bug with the technical system. He should be getting it back, a lap back.
Oh, so half of these drivers who have pitted are not being registered on the timings board, correct?
No, it's just Corgetto and Critical.
Oh.
Those are the only 2.
Wow.
But so Critical might be up and around P9, and Corgetto could be upwards of P4.
Okay.
Or P5.
Well, they're gonna have to figure something out.
Yep, we should get it very shortly. Will they'll come out? Of course, and directors should be working on that. As we're now almost on that 40. About an hour in. Oh, there, excellent.
Oh, hello. How are you guys?
Good. So, seems like you'll be coming into the commentary box very shortly. So,
Yeah, I still have 5 more minutes.
yeah. So what's your current opinion on the race, though? Just want to get it heard.
To be honest, for the first 30 minutes, I was taking a shower. And then for the last 30 minutes, I was trying to understand what was happening. But it seems there has been some sort of issues. But so far, it seems as if everyone is managing them
Oh!
properly.
So I'm going to interrupt you there, but Sever has just crashed onto the curbs. Is that cost
Oh,
It's
no,
Sever
he's
beached!
stuck.
It's Sever beached! Sever's
Sever-
Sever's
oh,
getting
yeah,
out!
he's
Oh,
gonna
but the
get
car's
out.
driving by
Running
itself!
away. The car
But how
going
much
to
time is he
despawn.
going to lose here?
The
Indominus
car
has
is
passed.
running away.
Sever,
Matt
you've
has
got to
passed.
run! Sever, you've got to run! You've got 30 seconds!
Is KR out of this?
This
They're going to be
is mad.
falling like a fly! What's happening here? That was TDM fan, I think. Or who was it? I can't tell. Yeah, that was someone.
That's Sever.
His tires
Sever-
Oh
must be
no, that's
gone.
He's
Toots
getting
now
the car
going
powered
past.
back up.
So that car's going to be way out of the top 10 at least.
No, I
Yeah.
think though.
I think he's fine, but his front
he's
tires
gonna.
are not
He's
okay.
that's just telling you how far ahead he was. He's now in position 3.
Oh my goodness.
He was 6 seconds. He lost. Let's see, over 6
He
seconds.
lost like 30 seconds.
Yeah, 36 seconds. I think that is
Oh my goodness.
crazy.
As soon as I join, that happens. Wow.
That is a big blow to KR, as that is one pit stop they just messed up.
So they might have to just look at doing some long strategies and just try and gain that time back up. Because that mistake is not going to aid that team in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, I think his front tires are gone because of that.
That may verify. I have it pulled up. But the sad thing is, you can just tell, like, an F1, that would have put him at the back of the pack. Yes, his tires are now 79%. We should see them pit about 3 laps.
So his fronts are lower than his rears?
No. Rears are still lower. Seems to not really have affected that much,
Yeah.
as it seems the team owner has just walked into the paddock, too.
Yeah. He needs to get this together.
Yeah.
So Johnson has recently pitted and Fleet of Ray Rick Astley is pitting right now.
Yeah,
Is
I've
that
noticed
just a
something
driver
about
swap?
Interesting.
It might.
Were
no,
we
I
seeing a
don't-
driver stop? This is something I'm going to be watch. This is one
No,
of
it's not a driver swap. So
No,
the thing
it's
is
not.
the thing is with driver swaps is that usually the driver coming in does the full pit stop and refuels and then gets out the car just to not waste any time, because if they leave it for the driver getting in, that means he needs to move to a different pit box to get the menu and do all that stuff.
So that's interesting. That's a
Yep.
good take on this.
Yeah,
That you have
Professor
here.
Pitts, he's the leader. I guess Indom is going to be getting the lead.
No, the lead. Yes. Indom, a Quake car takes the lead for the first time today. So
Number
this Quake
4
car
car.
up here. Yep. Driven by Indominus Rex, who started the race. I don't know when other drivers should start getting in.
Yeah, it seems as if tire wear has been higher than usual, or higher than the FP sessions, hasn't it?
Oh no, it's actually been on par, I believe. Based on what I heard from inside the paddock.
Oh
where-
yeah, I think it's because of the new hybrid system. The tires have been different
That's
things.
a torn car flipped around. Don't know which one that is.
Is it Toots? It's not
Oh, I
Toots. Is
believe
it
that was
critical?
Toots. No, it was Toots, I believe, based on where he is. I was on board with Seva, I believe, and I saw a torn car flipped around.
Okay.
Don't believe it was
okay.
critical.
And Dominus spun,
Really?
so that shrinks his lead. Yeah, and Dominus spun just before the chicane, the final chicane, so his lead is much lower. And it seems as if he's struggling with the rear a lot. As I saw him going through the final corner, he drifted through it.
And hello, Blade Challenger. That's our secondary comment team entering the box now, so I might step out shortly. So, but just to give you a quick rundown, with about 1 hour left in this race, give or take, 5 hours left in this race, 1 hour in, we have Indominus in the lead, but the pit stop cycle is going through as Sever is in. We should start seeing the first driver swaps around the first hour 30 minutes, I believe, is when we might start seeing driver swaps.
Actually, there has been some driver swaps, but yeah, you are right.
Most teams will start to look to
yeah.
switch drivers shortly.
Yeah, Uprise had to switch one of their drivers because they had to bring in Mummy because the other one had to go because this was so late at night for him. And it's gonna be the car I'm driving, so I think Mom is gonna be doing like 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
As I see one of the KR drivers, actually, based on what I'm hearing over there, is a KR driver just joined the experience in the paddock, so he should possibly be getting in that car shortly. But he did just make a pit stop, so...
Yeah, probably around the next pit stop for one of the KR cars.
Let's see, Indominus pits, let's see. Don't know if Sever and Matt will get past him. Need to see. No. Sever and Matt are way too far behind to get past. That is a huge blow to KR. Professor is walking away with this lead already. There seems to be a yellow... I believe they are currently working on getting Corgetto's laps back here.
Have they not got it yet?
No, but it seems like if you look inside the paddock, the officials are working on something faster with F3X doing something.
Okay.
So, yep. Should be
Oh,
fun.
quickly, I think Loosebot may be about to... No, Loosebot is not about to... Or what are they doing here at Torrent? Loosebot
Yes, there is a driver change!
Yeah, Loosebot was meant to go in, but Toots wasn't ready or something, I don't know, because Toots started driving, and then Loosebot got very confused, and they didn't know if they were going to get in the car or not. So Loosebot now filling in for Toots in the 33 Torrent.
Yeah, he comes out
they actually
just
complete
behind
pit
the
stop
Ricasmi.
And they, oh yes, they did complete a pit stop. I was very concerned that they completely forgot to do a pit stop there. Something like that would be very concerning.
So it was Toots driving and then it switched to Loose?
Yes, Loosebot who qualified for that car, as we are officially 1 hour into the race. Oh, very shortly. Based on
1
my
hour
timer,
in a few... 1 hour... Yeah, but now pretty much an hour in. 40 seconds off on my clock, but close enough.
Based
1
on
hour
that's a
and
rough
we did
estimate.
45 laps?
45 laps in 1 hour, that actually can tell us a lot.
Yeah, that's 270 in 6 hours.
270. That, okay, that tells us a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, tire wear could play a factor. I'm gonna quickly hop out of the pit box as I have to go use the bathroom. So, I'll hand this off to Fex a bit.
Yeah,
have
so
fun.
Fex and Blade Challenger, have fun. I don't know how well Blade Challenger's internet is, but we'll see it. We'll see how it
I
goes.
try. Okay. I do see Loosebot cross the line. Starting. Is that Rick Astley disconnection? Did someone else get in his car? I believe he switched which Bowcrafter, or he must have disconnected. I'm not quite sure. I don't know where his car is.
Completely gone.
It's either the car that Bowcraft. I don't see another fleet, so maybe that's the only fleet. But yeah, I believe they either switch or he must have disconnected. Let me get some info real quick. Blade, are you here?
Yeah, sorry, I had to go for just a second. Alright,
Oh, okay.
so Professor Bloxer, 19.5 seconds in front of Indominus Rex. Quite a big lead so far out of 46 laps.
Yeah, I mean, he has the pace right now, but it's all about the other drivers that are gonna be driving that car. Do they have the same pace as him? And are they gonna be able to keep that lead? Maybe extend it, or maybe it's gonna decrease, you know?
Yeah. As we see, Indominus Rex actually get the fastest Sector 1 actually. He's now brought the gap back up to 17.8.
Yeah, it could be just something to do with his hybrid deployment. Yeah, red second sector.
There we go. suppose so far the fastest lap is a critical noob in the touring, which is quite interesting to see actually, down in P14.
Yeah. So Karaka is back in P6, so they must have fixed his thing. Yeah, I believe they fixed his laps. He's back in P6, which is very good.
Yeah, it's good to see, isn't it? He's behind Andre, which is who's in P5, and Lambo fan in P7. So lap 47 out of 290.
And if you guys didn't know, all the drivers in a 6-hour race get 1 point as long as they finish the race. Or all cars basically get a point if they finish the race.
Yeah, so it's good to see it. There's a lot of drivers here today. As a British Aviator's just boxed in the Audi.
Wait, British? Oh yeah, he's driving. Okay, yeah, he's coming out the pits now.
Down in P15. He's behind Lucibot actually, and Prime Drifter in P10 actually. I think he's just made his way up into the points.
I believe Critical is gonna have his laps fixed as well. They're just waiting for whenever he pits. He's currently 190 seconds down, and if they fix his laps, he's gonna be way closer to the top 5. He's gonna be in the top 7 possibly. Prime Drifter improving in his first 2 sectors. Interesting. All his 3 sectors. Did he just get in the car, or was he driving since the start?
No idea. I can just check if you'd like.
Yep.
Let's have a look. It seems, I think I just saw Audi spin on the straight actually a second ago. Because I think British Aviators just boxed. Oh, he's not in his car.
Yeah, British is not in the car, so is someone else in? I mean, we just saw him leave the pits. So who's in the car?
I wonder, is there an issue?
I don't know, he's just walking to the pit exit. I don't... Was there only one Audi for this race?
It's interesting. I wonder what's happened then, because he's running down the pit lane, unless someone's taken over for him, but I don't see anyone swapped cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Though his teammate Lance Stroll is in P9, as he's just had a bit of a rear end. There we go. So yeah, I wonder what's happened there.
Yeah.
I think that's Johnson 420 fighting someone. I don't know if that's a back marker at the moment actually. Yeah, it's a back marker. It's a Craig. So one Craig in P10 and another Craig in P2. So quite spread apart at the moment. Although the teammates of the KRRs are doing pretty well in P3 and P4 at the moment. So that's good for the KRR teams.
Okay, so the thing with British, I don't think he was racing, he was just testing. So they're only running one car for this race, and he was just testing something with the other car with the laps thingy. And yeah, he was just testing it. There is no other Audi car. There's only Lance Droid, or is it Lance? Yeah, it's only Lance Droid driving the Audi right now.
So yeah, he's in P9 doing pretty well for the Audis by himself.
Yep.
So quite a few drivers at the moment. So we got, I think that's around about 20 drivers at the moment on track. If you exclude British.
Ooh, Lance Droid made a mistake at the final chicane.
Oh
He
dear.
went straight into one of the yellow barriers and he had to reverse and then go back again. He just lost a position to Loosebot.
Oh dear. That's not very good. Although I
Yeah.
think Lucibot is
Yeah, Loosebot is lapsed, but he just unlatched himself.
yeah. Although I don't think Lance has to worry too much about Prime Drifter. He's behind. He's about 8, 9 seconds behind.
No,
Sorry,
he's
no, not
22
that.
seconds behind,
Yeah,
but Prime Drifter is only one pit stop away
yeah,
from
pretty much.
Landroid.
And Lance has been getting quite a bit of a rear end on this car, so I wonder if that's tyres or it could be something else. I don't know.
Yeah, he might need to pit soon.
Could be interesting to see. So the top 5 has Brand Slower of Professor Bloxer, who's just boxed actually. So I wonder, Dominus Rex is not far behind. No, I think Dominus Rex is leading.
Yeah, Endom is leading as that Valor goes straight into a barrier. I believe that was Lettuce of the Wet, going straight into a barrier there. And Andre pitching for Alpine, I believe.
Yeah, that's Alpine. He's in the box. I think that's another one. I think that's the Boot GP of Scorch, who's down in P19. Followed
Yeah, he's just
behind
leaving
them
the
is
pits
Lexington.
now.
And there goes Matt as well, boxing as well. So it seems a lot of people boxing.
On lap 50,
Nice
yeah.
time.
I believe it's a pit stop every 10 laps for them. That's what the rhythm seems to be like.
I wonder though if because the both the KRRs are doing pretty well in P3 and P4. I wonder if they're on the same strategy because it doesn't seem like
I mean,
boxing.
Seva was leading by way more until he made that major mistake when he got stuck on the curb, had to leave the car and then chase the car and get back in. So he lost 30 seconds there. If he hadn't done that major mistake, he would be in the lead right now.
As he's just saw someone had a little bit of a mistake. I think that was a Lettuce off a wet, had a massive rear end there going through the. I think that's the third to last corner coming up the chicane.
Yeah, Lettuce really struggling with the car.
There's a corrector in pits as well, actually, for the Renault. Gets overtaken by a Lambo fan, actually, who is in that nice, very nice looking car, actually.
The Renault, yeah, it is.
A lot of cars looking very nice today. So a lot of oh, it's a corrector goes fastest.
No, so Koreka had just got his laps actually fixed, and that's why he got the fastest lap. Basically, they put all the sectors, detection thingies in the pit exit, so he gets an extra lap. So basically, he got like a 1 second lap right there. That's why he has the fastest lap. It should be fixed towards the end.
Yeah, I got really confused for a second. I thought he's gone in the pits and he's come out with the fastest lap.
Yeah,
must have been an amazing lap.
But that puts him in P4. That shows you his actual pace as Indominus Rex pits.
As a Matt Matt has pitted and Corrector's now just pitted. So Matt must have made some kind of mistake around there. As that Lance Droid had a massive bit of mistake there. He was on the inside of the curb. I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, everyone seems to be having a hard time adapting to the tunes of these cars.
It seems water departments now made their way up into P11 now. So that Audi, it was in P9, now P12.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time. He's fighting water department for position.
As a Seaver. Sorry, go ahead.
Never mind.
Yeah, Seaver and Lettuce of the Wet, and I think Alex Inyo have all just boxed. Probably their new tyres as well.
Andre disconnecting, but did he switch? I believe he switched with someone. Who did he switch with? I can't seem to find who he switched with.
We'll find out in just a minute, won't we?
Yeah, Bookcraft are pitting in the fleet. It seems as if they only have one fleet car in the race, and there is one in the pits trying to leave the garage, but the garages are currently closed. Indom improving his second sector on new tires.
So Corrector's now up in P3, so that's pretty good. I think that's just because of Seaver big boxing though. And there's an Audi on the side of the main straight.
Yeah, I believe that's just British, the car he used to experiment. We still have Apollo driving. Apollo is currently driving the Audi he switched with last road.
Be interesting to see. I wonder if they're just testing, still testing stuff out, or whether they're just driving around. Professor Blocks are doing very well in the lead at the moment. In P1 with 11 seconds to Dominus Rex. So they're doing really well. So, top 15, sorry, no, top 10 is separated by Professor Bloxer, Dominus Rex, Corrector in P. That's the top 3. Diva and Matt and KRR's in P4 and 5, as Mummy just makes a massive mistake there, coming through the chicane of the first sector. Quite a big one, as a Lambo boxes as well, actually.
Yeah, so I heard that. So we had the issue with the fleet at the start. We heard that they disconnected. They didn't switch drivers. One of the fleet cars is actually out because really Rick Astley disconnected. As we see a brand start disconnection. Is that Alexinho? Yeah, that's Alexinho disconnection from the race. And I don't think that's a driver swap as well. So there's only one brand star in this race, and that's Professor Bloxer in the lead right now.
Yeah, to be honest, they were out of the points anyway, so I don't think it fully matters at the moment.
I mean, if they finished the race, they would have gotten 1 point, the same as finishing in P11.
It's quite very. It's not. It's the P3 and P4 at the moment are having a lovely battle through these chicanes in the final sector of the Renault and the KRR. They're still going at it into the final few corners.
Yeah,
they come.
It's fight.
Interesting. They're going down the main straight now as Mummy tries to stay out of the way.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to stay out the way. They're just taking their own racing line.
True. But yeah, it's very close between these two actually. As they're about to.
Yeah, they might make a mistake trying to overtake and brake in later, which might lead to a mistake considering the instability of these cars as Johnson pits.
Oh right. So that's number P7 going into the pits, actually. And who else is that in the pit? That seems like a Tor, and that's a Lucibot as well, actually. There's a... Still boxing. There's a Sevo still trying to get rid of that runout, or correction.
So we currently only have 19 cars in this race left. We started with 24. So we have 19. That's telling you something. It's only been like an hour and something, and we already lost so many cars. This is a very good test of everyone's internet connection. If you have a bad internet connection, you're most likely not gonna finish the race for your team.
Indeed. As a Prime Drifter's just boxed as well, actually. A lot of people boxing. Very different strategies.
Yeah, it's all about how you can take care of your tires. The fuel isn't that big of an issue if you can figure out how long the tires can last.
Yeah, and I think first Correctors, it's very slowly losing Seaver, but I feel like Correctors are boxed earlier, I think, than Seaver. So Seaver does have the optimum tyres than Corrector.
Yeah, he might.
There's not much is happening except for Corrector and Seaver going at it. As a Corrector gets an invalid sector 1 there.
I mean, this race is all about surviving, so...
Yeah. I don't think many people are going to be wanting to start a fight just yet. I mean, it's only the first race of the championship, so...
Seva has slightly better tires, but he has 6% more fuel, so his car is heavier.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen then, because a lot of people are going to go for longer strategies.
Yeah.
Than others. I think there's Taurans battling right now. No. Oh no. Yeah, but one of them's lapped.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of that throughout today. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, most cars on the grid are already lapped. I believe everyone except the top 5 are not lapped.
Yeah, I think so actually. As Matt is lapping a driver, I think that is Lettuce of the Wet as mummy boxes.
So currently, it's Lettuce of the West who has the highest amount of corner cuts, 113 out of 360. So I believe it's a penalty if they reach the limit, but you gotta think,
Yeah.
it's been an hour and 17 or 18 minutes, and he already got a third of that. It's not even been third distance yet.
Yeah, it's not good for them, is it? It's not going to help. It's not going to help at all.
Yeah,
But there's
exactly.
quite a lot. But there's not many. It's just lots of different strategies, and I think nobody's really wanting to do much today. I think today is mainly a show of what people can do, and it might be a few driver swaps after this, to be honest. Since
Yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
people have disconnected.
And the thing is, there's only one tire compound and one refuel button, and to get this many different strategies out of it is quite interesting. And you need to remember, there's a lot of different tire setups on these cars.
Yeah.
Not air setups on these cars. So each driver picking the air setup that fits his driving style the most. And you got to remember, other people are gonna drive in the same car, so he needs to remember that when taking his setup, and others are gonna be driving it basically. And there is a time cycle, by the way, so it will be night time soon.
That'll be interesting. A lot of people will be turning their lights on. A lot more people will be
Only
focused on
18
staying
cars
alive.
left. Only 18 cars left. I believe a
Oh,
pro
dear.
drive left, or no, not a pro drive. I don't know which team that is.
A lot of people seem to be making mistakes with that final chicane, the triple chicane. It's quite a difficult one.
Yeah, considering how much speed you have on the long straight and coming into that, you have to remember when to brake, the shifting down and all of that. It's very hard, and the sausage curves there are very brutal.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because you're coming round a very long left-hander and then you're leading into a very sharp
Who is that?
left-hander.
That's Matt spinning around on the long back straight. That's
Oh!
He did like 3 spins right there. He was just spinning and spinning and spinning.
Wow. I don't think he really has to worry about the driver behind though. He just has to worry about the driver in front.
Yeah, exactly. But he lost a lot of time because of that mistake. And his tires are gonna... Yeah, he pits. His rear tires are completely gone. He can't control the rear anymore.
Yeah, to be fair, that was quite a difficult... That's quite a weird place to spin, to be honest. That's critical new boxes as well, actually, for the Touring.
Yeah,
Johnson 420 overtakes him. So, the front two are separated by just 10 seconds, so it's not big of a gap, is it?
That's a driver swap. Critical just swapped with Love My Jordy.
Oh, yeah. He swaps it and he should be coming out in just a second. There he goes. Out he comes. And I think they're in a battle of Prime Drifter at the moment. Who's coming around the main straight now.
Yep, and they didn't give the extra lap Critical noob. Might have been like they said he was a lap down because of a glitch. So Fasta was not sure if he was actually down a lap, so they didn't give him a lap yet. But if they find that he actually is a lap down, they will give him later on.
Yeah. So not. It's very close at the moment because it seems that Dominus Rex, he was 9.8 seconds behind Professor Bloxer. As Professor Bloxer actually boxes, never mind. But he was 9 seconds, and now there we go. Dominus Rex also boxing.
Yeah,
So
Professor Bloxer boxing. So both the leaders, P1 and P2, are boxing. I don't think they're gonna come out behind Seva, who's currently in P3. Oh no, they're gonna be very close actually. We might see a fight between Seva, Kareka, and Professor Bloxer and Indominus Rex maybe. Yeah. Professor comes out just in front of Seva, but he's on fresh tires.
Sorry, it seems that it's brought the top four a lot closer together since 60 seconds behind correcture is Matt, who's quite a big gap behind. It's only down to the top four, although the P2 and P4 of Saver and correcture haven't boxed yet.
Kareka just boxed. He's living the pits right now, so no fight between him and the leader.
No. So a lot of people boxing on lap 62. So that's the interesting to see. As Professor Bloxer and Seaver having a nice little. I think that's Seaver.
Yes, Seva is currently in P2. There is no one near him. He is behind. That looks like a fleet. Maybe it's Bo. Yeah, it's Bo Crafter who's currently in P12. He's about 2 laps down. Struggling with the stability of the car. Seva almost spun there. Went straight into the sausage curb.
Yeah, actually, no, it's actually Professor Bloxer versus Matt, although Matt is lapped 94 seconds behind the front driver. So it's very close, indeed. That was sarcasm.
Yeah. So we have how much time left? We have 4 hours 36 minutes left in the race. Very interesting. But if you guys are enjoying this race and you want more Ion IEC races, make sure to smash that like button. This is the first round, the first one that hasn't been cancelled. So if you guys are enjoying it, hit that like button. Tell the Ion team that you are liking this sort of series. It's hard to organize this kind of stuff. 6 hours? Oof, that's a lot. Matt improved in both first sectors.
Yeah, it's not. It's all very close after 62 laps if you think about it. Because a normal Formula One race.
Yeah, for the top 3 it's very close, I'd say. Top 4 actually is very close. The rest are basically laps and laps down. Lance Droid pitting, Seva pitting as well. Seva was really struggling with the rear, so he's gonna be overtaken by, or he's gonna be fighting Kareka. It's gonna be close. I think Kareka is gonna be behind though.
Sorry, okay. So yeah, 14 seconds between the top 2. When you think about it, it's not long, is it? Easily catch up.
Yeah, 64 laps have been done so far and only 14 seconds between them. That's very close pace.
Yeah, in the period of time we have, since there's around about 290 laps average, would you say?
Yeah.
It's mainly about, Dominus Rex and Professor Bloxer at the moment, since Seaver and Correcture, they're quite far behind because they're on a completely different strategy. So it's mainly down to what happens between them.
In 64 laps, to have like a 14-second difference, it means that they had a difference of 0.2 per lap. That's how close their pace was. But it's not as easy as that. Sometimes Endom was faster, sometimes Professor was way faster. As Professor improves the first sector and is 16 seconds ahead right now.
Yeah. See, just an improved sector can gain you quite a bit of time, since they were about 14 seconds behind? Just a second, no, 15 seconds behind. And now it's 16 seconds, so it doesn't take much, does it?
Yeah, exactly. But Endom is actually keeping up with Professor right now. He kept up with his first sector, so Professor was not that quick in the first sector compared to Endom.
There's I think that's Boak Crafter. He's just come out in the fleet. I think they've just done a driver swap to us. I don't know whether he's new or not.
Yeah, I
But
don't
yeah.
think he driver swapped.
Okay, so he's probably just done a nice pit stop. But he's just come out in the front of the nice little.
We
I'm
have a
sorry.
somewhat close fight between Seva and Karaka. Only 4 seconds between them. Karaka trying to chase down Seva, but Seva improving the first sector and seems to be running away with it.
Yeah, it's not much, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Just 4 seconds, and they're like we've just said. No, to be honest, I'm repeating myself. But everyone's on a different strategy, so it's mainly down to who can keep up with the driver in front.
Yeah, close fight we have is Johnson and oh no, it's Prime Drifter. Who is he fighting with? Is it Johnson? No, that's Love My Jordy. That's a lap car. Never mind. I thought he was fighting with Johnson for position, but there is about 5 or 3 seconds between them. So it's not that close of a fight, which I believe it's the closest fight on the grid right now.
Yes, it's quite. You will find these odd bunches of cars, won't you? An odd
Yeah,
bunch of people stuck together.
and each one of them on a different lap. Oh, Prime
That's,
Drifter
oh,
going wide there, losing the rear a little bit. He manages to avoid losing too much time though.
yeah, it's Matt lapping Prime Drifter, and Prime Drifter's lapping Love My Geordie. It's it's very complicated, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Water department pitting. I don't think that's a driver swap. He's leaving the pits now.
No, they didn't do a driver stop. They've been out for a while.
Yeah. It should be interesting to see who has the actual fastest lap as of right now, because we know Karaka doesn't have the actual
Yeah.
fastest lap. It was just to get his lap back.
I wonder if they can reset the fastest lap.
They
Interesting.
can open the fastest lap leaderboard, but that would mess up the lap counter, so they need to do it after the race. So we will know after the race.
So that'll be interesting to see. So
Yeah.
stay tuned, I guess.
But if they do it in the middle of the race, that would be similar to what happened in Formula E Swiss. No, what was it? It was a Formula E race last season, Ion Formula E race, where Horizon enabled the qualifying mode during the race and this messed up
Yeah.
everything. I remember I was driving there, and I thought I got messed up, but I don't know. I got some free positions out of it.
Yeah, it's just a lot. It's when you think about it, it's not a lot going on.
Yeah, it was the Rome E-Pre. I actually ran out of battery on the line. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you can watch Formula E on the YouTube channel as well if you want to go check that out.
They have a
Let's
race
see.
tomorrow. Is that what was wrong with that Boot GP car? It was just sitting there at the pit entry. And now they're driving again. They're 600 seconds down on the leader. That's basically 8 laps down from the leader. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And
I
they
would
go
say that's quite
over.
close, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah, close in what terms? That's
Run
600.
about.
That's 10 minutes difference. You
They're
basically
100.
cross the line, you have to wait 10 minutes, and then Scorch can make it back to whatever lap you're on.
140 seconds behind the driver in front. I think that's the Renault or the Juan Nim.
Hmm?
Juan Nim.
Hmm?
I
Juan.
think P17 the Renault.
Yeah, that's Juan.
Juan Nim. Okay.
Juan.
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 There we go. It took me a moment to realise how to pronounce that for a second.
Yeah.
There's quite a few names in here.
Hold on, let me try to extend the leaderboard and see what cars are currently out of the race. So yeah, there's no Alpines left in the race, so Andre and his teammate are out. One Boot GP is out, one Audi is not racing, Real Rick Astley in the fleet, he disconnected, he lost them a car. Brandstar only have one car running, Alex Inu disconnected in the middle of the race as well. So we have 18 cars left in the race.
Scorch is drifting. He's drifting around the final corners.
I mean, it's 150 seconds to the next car. Do you think he's even trying anymore?
Look at him go! He's still going, he's going. Yeah, look at him go! He's getting on the curbs just to drift. Go on, lad.
Yeah, it's all about having fun in a 6-hour race. Why struggle? Oh my god, he doesn't have any firewood. Bro, he was aquaplaning in the dry. How does he even manage to do that?
It's funny, the person in front of him is just boxed. Oh dear. Scorch going for it. Go on, lad.
If you got points for drifting, Boot GP would be in the lead of the championship right now.
Yeah, no, in Boot GP, those drifts are orders from the top. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least they have one car running still. 1 point is better than none. That's gonna separate them from all the other teams that are not getting a point.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I wonder if they'll give them extra points just for drifting. That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it?
I mean, finishing 600 seconds down, but finishing, is the same as finishing P11, only 2 seconds behind P10, you know? So 1 point for him, 1 point, it's a big gap, but it's the same result. So might as well benefit from that and have some fun. Oh my god, he's actually properly drifting. His prime drifter passes him. The person who has drifter in his name is not actually drifting. What a disappointment.
Oh, that's when you know it's not right.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind you, he is in the top 10, so I don't think he wants to.
Oh my god, the turn 1 drift was actually good.
We're just watching the drifting now. Oh my days, look at him go!
Oh, he's getting all the drifting points. I think there's a fight between Jogsy and Bowcrafter now. There's about a second gap between them now.
Yeah, I know, that's Jogsy and Professor Bloxer, who's lapped at the moment.
You know, yeah, Jogsy is unlapping himself from... Oh, Jogsy cut in turn 3? Was that turn 3 or turn 2? Completely cut him off. Does he get a CC from that? Let's see. He doesn't! Did he find the corner cut that doesn't give you a corner cut?
That'll be interesting as a Dominus Rex boxes.
Yeah.
With along with that as well, actually.
Oh wait, there's a voting thing in chat. Who do you think will win, guys? In the chat, go vote for who you guys think is gonna win. We have Professor Bloxer, Indominus Rex, Seva, or other. So you're basically voting for the car they're driving right now. So go vote while we have that feature. I still don't
Go on then, Fexalon. Who do you think is going to win?
Out of all those options, I must say it might be Mummy because I'm going to be driving the car later on. Is that a replay? I missed that. But let me see, let me think. Seva's somewhat consistent. I don't know who else is going to get in that car. Brandstar has somewhat of a strong lineup as Professor Block's pit. Craig might have something down their sleeve. Oh, Joxy drifting into turn 1. I feel like it's gonna be Seva. The Seva's car, because, you know, KR have those GT3 champion drivers, so they're gonna be driving those cars soon, and they're very good, so maybe they're gonna have a chance. So I'm gonna vote for Seva.
I have a feeling, I know this is the boring vote, but I feel like Professor Blocks is going to win this. You know, he's been consistent. Fast throughout the stint.
Yeah, but who else is getting in that car?
Exactly.
He's not going to drive to the end, I don't think. But yeah, I think it's Professor Bloxer has 40% of the votes, and Indominus Rex has 33%. And the others are saying, let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Nothing. You guys voted for other but didn't say in chat. Wow. Okay, we have Primer saying let's go, Matt. Let's see if Matt can guess us.
Yeah. It's you can't judge who's going to do it.
Professor and Seva, only 7 seconds between them. And I believe they're both on the same amount of pit stops, I'm not quite sure.
Well, that's 8 seconds. He's
Yeah,
mind you, he
Professor
has a
fresh tires. Professor just
Yeah.
pitted. So, ooh, Professor going wide into the final corner. That was dangerous.
It's the last sector is very difficult. It's a very hard braking zone, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, Seva is one pit stop behind Indominus Rex and Professor Blocks. There are 7 pits, and now they're gonna be equal, and Seva is in position behind Indominus Rex.
Yeah, as Seba does pit actually. There we go. Was 8 seconds behind, and let's see where they are now. They're 26 seconds behind.
Yeah, so the pit delta is like 18 seconds.
Yeah, it's not too long, is it?
I wonder what they refuel to. Let me check what kind of fuel he goes to. He's only running 30%. So each pit stop he does 30%. I guess his tires run out very quickly. So he has to put in 30. One's 30%. So I guess basically the tires reach the cliff by the time he consumes 30% fuel. That's what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough. So they know how much fuel you got to do to get the right tires, don't they? I don't know. That didn't make sense, did it?
Yeah, I hope we leak that strategy to the other teams and now they start doing the same thing. Koreka only now reaching 30% fuel, so he was running way more fuel on his scent.
Hold on, I'll go see. I can go use that tire thing, can't I? Here we go.
You have Koreka open. Hey, where are you? Oh, here, okay.
So, Raptor is P number 8, isn't he? So, that means they have around about 26.7% fuel. Their tires are doing pretty well, though. As there's not very much happening, is there? It's Professor Boxer is very slowly pulling away from Indominus Indominus Rex. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't think he would mind. Is there a fight between Johnson and Prime Drifter now? There is a bigger gap now. We were late to that.
Oh, shame. You can blame us. Although, Lucibot and Johnson, I think Lucibot is gaining on Johnson very, very slightly in Torrent. But Torrent's not doing too bad, to be honest. P10 and P11.
Yeah, they're actually doing well. And if they add that lap that Critical Noob was missing, they might actually do way better in one of those cars. Mommy pitching right now.
There we go. There's a lot of people should be pitting very soon, to be honest. A lot of people, as Johnson 428 just pits as well, so that the same team box on the same lap. Interesting.
Similar strategies. Yeah, I drive for Uprise now, so I'm gonna be driving the car Mummy is driving right now. I'm actually gonna stream my POV as well.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
So
I streamed my POV before in a 6-hour race. It wasn't actually that. It went well for my scent. The other driver's scent didn't go too well.
Yeah, Seaver improves in Sector 1. You can tell we're running out of things to say because I'm saying about improved sectors.
I'm filming my cat right now. That's how bored I am.
Well, to be fair, it's an endurance race. You have to be patient.
It's all about crossing the finish line. That's when it's gonna get interesting.
Yeah,
it's always good to have a replay of everything so you can see what happened. Prime Drifter going very wide there.
Yeah. A lot of people, I reckon 15 people will finish this race.
15? Do you want to bet money on it?
Sure.
Oh, actually,
15 people.
No, I think it's gonna be 6 hours. Depends on how it goes. You never know if there's gonna be a server crash and then people allowed back. But if that doesn't happen and we run until the end, I'd say it's gonna be 12 people finishing the race.
Yeah, it's.
So if one of us gets it right, he has to give the other 50 Robux.
50 Robux. Alright,
Yeah.
I'm down
Okay.
for that.
Yep, handshake. Okay, we have witnesses in the chat.
Virtual handshake. If
Yeah,
neither of us gets it right, then
yeah, we just forget about it.
we forget about it. Oh dear. Who wants So there's not much happening, is there? I mean, I think someone's boxed and
Imagine
Torrance
being one of the
also.
drivers. It's so stressful and tiring as well.
Well, I guess you can tell us that, can't you? You're driving soon, aren't you?
No, I'm driving the final descent, the final
Ah.
2 hours. I'm gonna be the one crossing the line after spinning.
Exciting.
Imagine you disconnect one of the last laps. Oh, that would be
Oh no, wouldn't that? Oh no, don't say that.
You get a pity point. I hope so, at least.
Boxes. So
Dante
I
gets
think
in a full red lap. No, he had a corner cut in all sectors. He must be struggling for grip.
yeah. Well, that's the reason why it's probably boxed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Water department's boxed. There
So
we
we're
go.
17 minutes away from the 2 hour mark, which is where we might see a lot of driver swaps, because most teams have 3 drivers per car, and if you split 6 hours by 3, that means 2 hours per driver, so that should be when most of the driver swaps happen. So we might see a different driver instead of Seva. I think we saw just one of the, Lettuce of the Wet just switched with pilot for me right now for the Valor, currently in P16.
There's a few more votes on the voting. A lot. Still, Professor Blocks is doing pretty well on the votes, but it seems Siva has 33% of the votes at the moment.
Yeah, he always did. Ooh, Jogsy struggling on that final corner. Yeah. So I'm interested to see who comes in the car after Seva. It could be either Eric or I believe it might be Epic Brother. Because I saw Epic Brother join the game. Is Eric in the game? Let me see. Yeah, Epic is in the game. Eric is not in the game yet.
Prime Drifter and Lucibot box. This is P6 and P7. Or P8, sorry. It's not a big gap between Prime Drifter and Lucibot, is it? It's not a big gap between Lucibot and Prime Drifter.
Well, there's a smaller gap between Runaway Drive and Lucibot.
I don't think it's updated yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they just boxed. Yeah. There we go, that's updated now. Yeah, it's not big of a gap, is it? 4 seconds, but Johnson 420, apparently, is very close behind Lucibot. Oh, he's getting all out of shape through that chicane.
We're at 80 laps right now. So I believe it's gonna be Eric coming into... Oh no, my cat is pulling my Ethernet cable. Yeah, it's gonna be Eric coming into the car after Seva. And remember, Eric was the GT3 champion last season.
Yeah, it's a lot of very diverse league, this one, isn't it? There's a lot of people from different parts, so...
Yeah, because there's no series restrictions, so anyone can drive without having to worry to be locked out of his own series.
It's like the boats, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a family gathering for all the Ion drivers from all series. They just gather here because we have 24 cars and there's 3 drivers in each car. That means 100 and something drivers. 136. If I did the math, no, let me do the math. I don't wanna. Okay, 24 times 3. It's 72. Oh my god, why did I say 100? I clearly can't do maths. Oh no.
We've got 41 votes now, or 43 votes, and it's changed quite considerably.
Yeah, it's closer between Seven and Dom now.
Yeah.
And Professor has a bigger lead though.
Yes. Professor's leading in everything. We can't put that out there.
Just wait until someone else gets in the car. We will see. You know, they might make him run 6 hours because of his consistency.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to replace Professor Bloxer, to be honest.
Is there any Brand Star representative we can ask? Let me check. Let me just go to the Brand Star garage and see who they have signed, and we can just guess.
We can give it a guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what else are you gonna do when there's just people lapping around UAE?
Yeah, it's
next endurance is gonna be in Suwon, which should be more interesting, hopefully.
That should bring a lot more spins, to be honest.
Ooh, it's Sangsam and Fernan in the Professor Boxer car.
I do remember Sangsam being signed, but I don't remember Fernan, to be honest.
Yeah, but
that'll be interesting.
All three are in this car. Very nice. Oh, I
so
see their engineers working away.
Sangsam's a solid driver in and Fernan actually. They're all solid drivers in F1.
And so GT3. Sangsam can drive GT3 pretty well, I believe. So that's a good combination for LMP.
I wonder if they'll be able to keep the consistency then. I wonder.
Sangsam might have a couple of spins, but I think he's gonna be mostly consistent.
Yeah, he's to us, I engineer for Sangsam. He's quite, when he gets into the mood, he's very concentrating. He concentrates a lot, and he focuses on just driving. He doesn't really push. As Professor Bloxer just pits actually. I wonder.
Yeah, he's on 9% fuel. He needs the pit. He needed to pit. I wonder if Prime Drifter needs to pit though. Currently, where is he on the track? Oh, currently just crossed the first sector line. Nice.
Oh, Siva makes a massive mistake coming out the air. Third to last corner.
Yeah. Indom is gonna be capitalized on that and closing the gap.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. I wonder though, is Indominus gonna capitalise on no, sorry, not Dominus, Correctia gonna hopefully capitalise on both Indominus and Steven.
Correcta interestingly has his lights on. I mean, it's not nighttime yet, it's looking like it's gonna be sundown soon, but he already has his lights on.
If they just turn off. Oh no, never mind, they're still on.
It's just lag. Maybe it's consuming his hybrid, that's why he's not fighting for P1.
Imagine if that was a thing.
No one turns on the light in the middle of the night. They're just gonna crash into each other. It's better than using your hybrid.
Well, I guess so. It's better to go fast than to crash.
Are we at 69 likes already? Very nice.
Lovely. That is perfection, everyone. Keep it up. Yeah, if we can get 69 likes, I will be happy. Yeah, I will send a picture of me smiling in general.
Why are you assuming people want you to be happy?
Oh, no, that's not nice. Oh, don't make it depressing.
No, I'm just joking, I'm just joking.
Don't make it depressing, man.
Always has been.
It's just a joke. Always has been. See the boxes actually. He's gonna come out in P3, I think. Unless Corrector's just coming around the final chicane actually. As they go wide at the chicane actually. Prime drifted behind, I think. Yeah. Wow, massive gap actually between Corrector and Prime Drifter.
Corrector pitching.
Yeah, lots of inbound sectors. A lot of people running on fumes at the moment. I think their Corrector's on like how much percent fuel? Let's have a look, shall we? He was on like 6%, I think. And now he's on 31.
No, he pitted. So I guess everyone is resorting to the 30% fuel each pit stop.
Yeah. It seems Professor Bloxer is doing pretty well though. His strategy, slowly but surely, Dominus is gaining on him, but Professor Bloxer even though with the bad strategy, is still pulling it out.
No. Oh, Scorch is still drifting around.
Is he still going at it?
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
But yeah,
good lad.
84 laps. Professor holding that lead. It just tells you how good his pace is.
Yeah. 730 seconds behind the leader. Now that. Oh!
Oh no, that Scorch just going to the barrier.
No, Scorch did a fantastic drift there. That was
What do you
perfection.
mean? Okay.
He went round the corner after the chicanes and just went completely round the outside of the track, drifting. It was absolutely amazing.
I see someone in chat telling him to focus. Oh my god, another drift. Is he gonna pitch for new tires or he's just gonna... Has he pitted yet?
Wait, who's drifting?
The only boot GP car finishing the race. Maybe finishing, I don't know.
Maybe.
Six.
I mean, you need to remember, Professor Blockster is driving the only Brandstar in this race, so finishing in a high position is gonna make up for the points lost from the other car, so which is good. Gonna guarantee them a nice position in the standings. But if this is the positions we finish the race with, I believe it's gonna be a close fight in the constructors between Craig and KR, and Brandstar won't be that.
KR will have the one up on Craig though, just based on their positions.
Yeah, I can't count to the points, but I mean I need to check the point system, but it might be.
Let me go verify. I can go we'll figure that out later. We don't know, anything can happen in Dylan's race.
Yeah. So who's up next for the shift, everyone?
Me.
Lion guy.
Me and D-Pod should be coming in 2 minutes. I've already entered the booth though. So I'm
wow, 2 minutes.
So I have some information. There's about to be a driver swap at KR.
Yeah,
which one?
Eric coming in?
Yes, Eric and Epic are both coming into the car very shortly.
I wonder who they're going to be swapping with then.
Well, that's exactly who they're swapping with. Matt is swapping with Epic, or I don't know, it's one of the two. Confusing.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just going to have a look at...
okay, so I did the maths. If they finish in these positions, KR are going to have 2 points higher than
You're kidding.
Craig.
Oh, so okay, watch Matt come in here.
Here he comes. Oh, there he goes.
Ooh, he's getting... Ooh, is that Eric? Eric is getting in Matt's car. Or is it Wolf? No, I think it might be Wolf.
That is definitely Eric.
But why is Wolf wearing that? Oh, there
is he getting out the car? There he goes.
Eric is going
to go in.
Yep.
Yeah, Eric.
Slow pit stop. Or driver swap.
It was not, so. But you have the reigning GT World Champion going in there.
Scorch pitting. Let's go, Scorch. Oh, why is he reversing in the pits? Which is Scorch doing? But yeah, so Seva is gonna have Wolf Landry in his car soon, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Epic.
Oh, Epic. Okay, yep.
Wolf Landry's a later stint.
So the GT3 pros are getting in the cars now from last season. They're also in this season, but Seva is better.
Yeah, so that is... It's 8 o'clock now, or... It's hit the hour.
I'm enjoying this, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're enjoying it or not, Fexler, and you'll be back in an hour, hopefully.
No.
Yeah. Sadly, I can't.
I need to make myself some coffee for my stint.
Yep, why don't you guys go do that? Have a great day.
Okay,
you too, mate. Enjoy.
That's rather harsh, just kick him out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. Wow, very rude one guy. Goodbye.
Good day.
Well, so you'll be able to hear them later, everybody.
Yeah, you'll be... Yeah. But the true people who started this race. So, how you doing, D-Bod?
I'm doing good. I've just been tuning in every once in a while. Very exciting driver switches. Also some switches in positions that I've noticed. Because we're approaching the 1/3 mark of this 6-hour race here in Dubai.
And just something to note, Eric already set up a green sector.
So Eric is already improving.
Yeah.
Straight out of the box. Do you know when we'll be seeing Sever come in? Will Sever be coming in this lap?
I believe it will be soon.
It'll be very soon, okay. Let's
Eric,
stay
your
with
reigning
Sever
GT
then.
World Champion. Ooh, that I don't know if that is correct. 1 minute, let me just verify that his laps didn't just get changed there. And I also believe this is Professor's last stint, based on the information I'm getting from KR. KR Intelligence is...
Yeah, KR Insights, powered by Croatia.
No, KR Intelligence. No, that's a huge different department. It's just KR Intelligence.
Just KR Intelligence, okay. What, have you been spying on Brandstar?
Maybe. That's all we need to know. Okay, we'll continue on here. But it seems like we should be getting Professor in very shortly.
From our current standings in the chat, it seems as if Professor is guns to win this race. So if this is Professor's last stint, then whoever's driving Professor's car, they're going to need to stay up to standard. Because if not, that Brandstar could just tumble down the order.
Well, I need to see something here. I want to make sure Eric's on the correct lap.
Does look a little bit fishy. Loose Spot is apparently 5 seconds behind Eric, however, they're nowhere near each other on
No,
track.
Eric's a lap down. Eric's a lap down. No, Eric's a lap down.
Gonna have to sort that car out again, as well as Love My Geordie. Still need to sort out the Touran. As Prime Drifter comes into the pits.
And I believe they're doing a driver swap. No, they're not. Never mind.
Oh, but it is a driver swap for the other Craig. Greg has just got in the car. It's a swap for the number 4 car. On the 4-hour mark exactly, the team owner for Craig has hopped into the driver's seat. Loose Spot's also coming into the pits. Toots seems to be wandering around there. Is Toots going to take back the car that they started the race with? Looks like it is. Toots is also replacing Loose Spot. So 2 driver swaps for Craig and Touran.
I think it's a Valor. 1 minute. I believe I just saw Valor beached. Fuck, Greg.
It's Jogsy. Jogsy's beached.
So, sorry. Okay, sorry. Greg also seems to have won a lap. So that is something to note here.
Jogsy's beached on the curbs. So that looks like the number 13 car's day is over. So nobody will be able to hop in.
Well, what he needs to do right now is get out of that car and see if it will move backwards. That was what Seba was able to do. Come on, Jogsy. Let's see. Well, this could be a DNF. This could be the end of the race right here, right now.
As Fernand has now hopped into the Brand Star.
That Brand Star's about to go a lap down.
Yeah, Professor Bloxer is no longer in the car.
As it seems like Vala is pleading.
That car is not going anywhere.
That's a Renault in a wide. No man, it's not the Renault. Doesn't matter. Well, does matter. But I believe Greg will go a lap down here. Sadly.
Yeah, I think Eric's a lap down. Love my Geordie's a lap down. Greg's a lap down. Fernand's a lap down. Pretty much every time there's a driver change, that car goes a lap down.
Now Seva's still in that car as Corgetta now pits. Corgetta spins on the pin entry. That was major. That could severely lose them a lot of time here. Let's see where Fernand's gonna come out here, but I think they both went a lap down.
Oh, Seva's coming into the pits.
Okay, we expect to see a driver swap here.
There isn't anyone waiting.
Okay, let's see. No, there's not a driver swap. That is. Okay. See what Corgetta is. Seva is in the lead still.
Here's Seva just sliding
and it seems like Navala has officially retired.
Vala out of the race. Jogsy has disconnected.
That is a valid down. So of course we should be watching this battle all the way at the front. Eric is a lap down here. The only one who isn't a lap down, I believe, is Corgetta. So I don't know what they'll be doing about this, as it seems like they may just leave it like this. But as of right now, Seva has a 45-second gap to the car behind. How long do you think a pit stop takes, D-Pod? Like a full service.
I
driver
think
swap and all.
what we've seen, what with a driver swap.
Yeah. What do you think?
What we've seen before, I think if you add in a driver swap and you do it efficiently, you get it done really quickly, and you change your tyres and get your fuel done before you switch to drivers, so you don't have to park up in another pit box like I've seen with some teams, I think you could get in and out of the pits within 30-40 seconds. You'd have to be very efficient and very quick about it, but you could. I think the fastest overall time with a driver swap, probably around 30 seconds, is what we've seen today.
Okay. So I'm just trying to see, where would Sever come out? Where will he keep the lead?
Well,
It
we'll
is
just have
hard
to
to
wait and
say.
see. It's a 39-second gap, 39.858 at the last timing line. If KR Racing can be proper quick about it, they could do it, but they'd have every single part of that pit stop would have to go exactly 100% to plan for that team in order to stay ahead of the Renault. Although Fernand in the Brandstar is still doing quite well, holding third, and considering that they've been put a lap down, I don't think there's really anything to complain about that Brandstar's performance.
Yeah, but just thinking about it, say every team has to do a driver swap, is it fair enough? Yeah, but of course, Corvette I don't believe has made a driver swap, nor has Sever.
No, so those cars are being put way into the lead.
But Ferdinand and Greg, that should be an interesting battle. Can Greg catch up here enough? I would
Greg
say yes.
is still a few corners behind.
Oh, it's actually 20 seconds. It went up. It was about a 10 a few seconds ago, I feel.
Oh, and Water Department has had a moment at the chicane. I think they just outbraked themselves there. So the Pro Drive is very close to being overtaken by AG Capadonna. Or lapped, one of the two.
Now they're fighting each other, actually. Oh, as Water Department makes a run for the pits. Where's the majority? Huh. Says
P9.
it should be. He says he should be in the middle of that battle, but no.
Majority has some driver swap problems. So the only driver swap problem they've corrected is corrector, which is they really need to get.
No,
I don't know
it wasn't
if
a driver swap
available
problem.
or what.
No, it wasn't a driver swap problem. That was an initial pit stop problem. They didn't actually switch drivers, I don't believe.
Okay.
Neither has Sever, so we expect to see them maybe lap 100, which is something to note. We are almost at 100 laps.
That would be a nice round number. Lance Droid in the Audi, currently P14, just going around at their own pace.
Yep, seems like most teams are just minding their own business.
Yep.
And it's like, no, oh, that seems, I just saw something on Sever's onboard, and that wasn't Sever. Who am I on board with? Eric. I think it was a car turned around. Ooh, as Toots is really close to Eric. Oh, never mind. Seemed closer. No idea, actually.
Lance Droid, of course, the only Audi remaining in this race, along with Scorch 878, the only boot remaining.
What happened to the other Audi? What happened to the other Audi?
British Aviator was driving it, and then they jumped out or something. I don't know. All I saw was British Aviator no longer driving an Audi at some point over the last 2 hours. Barack Craft also the only fleet remaining. Fernand, the only Brandstar remaining. Both Alpines have DNF'd, so Alpine are going to be getting absolutely 0 points. And of course, Valor,
Pilot
after
one
Jogsy's little beach, only have one
No,
car
Valor
remaining.
has one car remaining, actually. Pilot. and P15 is still driving.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Clearly, sleep deprivation is already kicking in, and the race has only been going on for 2 hours.
We'll make it to the end.
Let's hope so. On that aspect, we're 3 hours 50 minutes to go. Getting very close to halfway through this race. Now, of course, at this current stage, who could win? Like, it's a really good question. Both Craig's in really good position, but so is Eric. Like, look what Eric is, and I don't believe Prime has made a driver swap. That is the current only thing. So expect to see him in soon. So most of these cars are under fueled, so we can see exactly when they want to pit. So it should be shortly. As I pull up Sever's data here, he has 19% of fuel. He'll be going a bit longer.
AG Capadonna's just come into the pits.
Okay, let's see. Are we doing a driver swap? No. Are we? Let's see where he comes out. He's going to come right out by... Oh, a lap car. Never mind. So hard to tell, like, Depot, you have to you probably understand this, that seeing where the cars come out, there's so many cars that have been lapped now. I think once we get a Charles, it'll be a little easier, but at a track like, especially a shorter track, like, where are we going? Like a shorter track like, I believe Auckland, which is round 3, that's gonna be, well, that should be difficult.
Yeah.
To keep in mind. And as we see, Sever having a bit of issues on the main straight here, and we're on the 100th lap now.
100th lap of this 6-hour race. We're nearly exactly 2 hours and 45 minutes in.
And we're expecting around 209. I believe the directors wanted 290. We don't know if that's possible. I believe our estimate is 270.
They're expecting between like 270, 280, 290, somewhere around there.
This current moment, Sever and Corgetta have still not made any driver swaps. Prime, let's see if he makes a driver swap. Prime is currently pitting, by the way.
Just been overtaken by Rolf and Greg. Or probably lapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, lapped.
Yes! Prime does make a driver swap.
Schrochkal is in the 2 car.
That seems to be a really good driver swap. Let's see if they come out and ahead of Greg. No, Greg has passed. Where's Eric? Eric is also passed. Okay, so the the 2 teams in first place have not swapped drivers yet.
I wonder if they're just going to be asking Sever and Corrector, respectively, at KR Racing and Renault, just to try and hold out for, like, as long as humanly possible. Because if they can cut out, I don't know, if they could get one driver to do 2 stints, they're going to be 30, 40 seconds further up the road than they would have been if they did an extra driver swap, which they might not necessarily need. Because Sever, at this rate, is going to have been driving for such a long time.
Yeah, but let's see. I'm still trying to get word from KR when we'll get a pit stop.
Oh, but Sever is sliding.
Yeah, that's his teammate behind him, possibly trying to get unlapped here.
Of course, all the lapped drivers are going to be falling down on the driver tower. However, or all of the drivers who have done driver swaps. However, once the top 2 do a driver swap, that will hopefully level out to a bit more of a realistic gap instead of 232 seconds.
Yep, I think we're just waiting on Sever to do it now. But just something to know.
Yeah, either.
Quark would definitely get overtaken, but where will this all bring everyone? As Eric actually just pits. We have to be expecting Sever soon. So the top 6 on lap 100. Eric's on lap 99. I believe he's a lap down.
100.
No, he's on lap 99. Here's the lap 98 now.
Oh, okay.
For most drivers, Seba, Quercha, it really is, can KR hold this out long enough? As Seba seems to be having already a lot of issues, yeah. Tire wears down at 76%. We could see that team boxing very shortly.
2 sectors with corner cuts. Not looking too good.
Yeah, we expect corner cuts to become more of an issue later on, as it is 360. As we've all been unmuted, quote unquote. So at this current stage, who do we think could win this? Through Seva, Fernan, who of course we haven't seen the driver swap yet from Seva. When are we expecting it? That'll be the big thing.
I don't know when we could be expecting it, to be honest. I think pretty much anyone out of the top 4 has a chance at winning. Correcture into the pits for Renault. No driver swap in sight. They're going to stay out in the Renault. What is this madness?
It also looks like out in front of him there's an Audi retired, I believe. Yeah, it's both Audis out then.
So Alpine and Audi, the 2 teams scoring no points at all in today's race.
Well, it seems to be trying to get into his garage. Yes, the Audi has officially despawned. The Audi has retired that car. That is a sad defeat for a team that has done so well in other series. I 7 picks now. Let's see if there's a driver swap.
Who's waiting
Yes,
at the
Epic
KR
Brothers
garage?
waiting.
There's Epic Brother.
Let's see how effective they make this. Shouldn't be
They're gonna
revving
need
that
to get
much
out
ever.
ahead of Correcture.
Oh, that's really good. Let's see. Ping, 37. 3 seconds. Is that a double pit stop? They got stuck up in the pit stop phase, I believe.
No. This has not gone in their favour. They're going to have to go. They're going to have to go. Where's the Renault? You can't see it.
It's all the way on the back straight. They're still ahead.
Well done to KR
Where's
Racing.
now?
They've held the lead.
Fernand's passed. Fernand's passed. Yep.
We're going to see these sectors updating then.
Yeah, Corjet is passing. Let's just see. Epic can get a live sector here. Green sector 1 already.
23 seconds ahead of the Renault.
It's 1 pit stop. But before the pit stop phase, there were 50, so maybe the pit stop phase was planned. Possible. Because it seems the Renault
no,
is
that's
actually
falling to 15 seconds now.
Yeah, I believe that's the unlapped things coming in. Let me see that. As I have a suspicion, Epic. Yes. I had something to note. As that's a branch, I believe, that they're pulled into the pits. Yes,
That's
I've
Fernan.
in.
And Love My
They want a
Geordie's
whole
also
lot.
coming to the pits as well for Torin. And there's going to be a driver swap between Love My Geordie and Incognito Bear. Incognito
Oh,
Bear
that
now
is
into
not
the
a good
race.
play by... But look how close those cars are to each other. But where is Epic? Where is Epic? He's drifting, that's what he is. Corgetta, is he behind?
Projector is 12
yes, he is.
seconds.
But did they just keep the lead?
Oh, the other Renault is sliding. Bratwurst Client User 3. Very nice username.
Yeah. But Boak. But, yeah, Boak. Seems to be having. So, did one of the fleets retire?
Yeah, Real Rick
Yes.
Astley retired near the start of the race.
Twitch teams actually have 2 drivers remaining: Craig, KR, Fleet. Craig, KR, Uprise, Pro Drive. Yeah, that seems correct. Oh, and Renault.
No, just an 11.15 second gap between P1 and P2. That's Epic Brother in the KR car. Bit of a tongue twister. And Correcture in the Renault RAC Endurance car.
Now it's, when does Quajetta pit? Like, is he actually gonna pit? That is a very good question. I would love to hear from Puffy about what is going on with that car. So I'm trying to get more information out of this Renault. When is this Renault gonna stop pitting? Like, of course Corgetta, but is there anyone else actually gonna drive for that car? Like, that'll be a major thing at this rate.
It may just be an insane Renault strategy to try and win the race if they're going to keep the same driver in the car for 6 hours straight. That'd just be madness.
I'm suspecting the KR did not actually go a lap down Epic. Just based on where his pace is, or he's... Corgetta has made 1 less pit stop, that is true right now. But anything can still happen. We are... Let's see. We have still a lot of time.
To be fair, I think Epic may have. You just couldn't really see it because they Server before was leading the race because the gap was it was a massive gap between Correc and Epic, and if you added like a lap time and a yeah, so I don't know.
I feel like others have went down more, but it's possible. Let's see. So Sengstem is in the waiting room. I believe he's a brain star driver.
Wanna bring Sengstam in?
Yes, sure. Hello there, Sang.
Hello.
So, how's the race going for you guys?
Couldn't go better. Well, of course we had some issues with the pit stop and now we've lost a lap, so
yep.
Not ideal, but we're fighting.
Well, yep, that's all that important. It seems like a lot of teams have felt that. The only car that really hasn't is Epic Brother, which is surprising, to say the least. But
yeah, he's doing good.
What do you guys suspect about Corgetta? As we have our own opinions over here, but do you think he's going to try and do this alone, or do you think there's another driver coming in eventually?
Really depends, you know, he's good, but I don't know if anyone can last that long.
Yeah, it's a very good point. 6 hours in, staring at a screen that much as he has, makes a very small mistake there. So when do you think you're getting in the car?
Well, of course I didn't practice that much, so I'm not really the main guy to come in. But I suspect here within an hour or two, and then Professor will take the last stint.
That's very good. So it should be good seeing you guys in the car. Do you know anything about what happened to the other Brand Star though?
The other Brand Star? Well, I had a disconnect, and that was that.
Thanks to them. No, they were back of the field, but it's still good to have a car finish. 0.5 points could matter in the end of this race.
True.
So anything that you've noticed that has intrigued you throughout the race?
Not really, no. I'm just sitting here sweating, excited to, race.
Yeah, definitely. Seems like a lot of drivers are sharing a similar opinion. So, I'm going to let you go back to your team. If that's okay with you.
Cheers, man. Have a good one.
Have a good day.
See you, Sangstan.
And that was Sangstan. He is a Brainstar driver. And someone getting in the car, as he stated, very shortly.
Only the top 16 are now actually still in the race, so we've lost 8 drivers, 8 cars already. At this rate, we may not have a field to finish the race with, but let's hope that people hold out for the remaining, what would that be?
3 hours. 3 hours. Based on what the bot says, it's 3 hours.
Well, I think it's a bit longer than 3 hours, because it only shows the hours and not the minutes. With the timer that I've got 3 hours, 30 minutes, 10 seconds.
So we're definitely starting to see that. Now, when is the next round of pit stops? It'll be in a few laps, I'm suspecting. What need to say? Oh, Epic having a slight spin now. Not a slight spin, but... Yeah, Epic should be coming in just based on what his tire wears. So, you could expect to see that car come in very shortly, as it seems like Kojecta is getting so much closer and closer. He's now within 3.5 seconds. Is that Kojecta getting past? No, that's the other car Eric is fighting with. Of course, Eric could be possibly a lap down. It's all to play for currently, though. Oh, as it seems like our race leader has spinned.
Oh, that's going to give
corner of my
Corrick
eye,
a massive advantage.
It's going to give everyone a massive advantage. He's right on his tail now. But we should see Epic pit this lap. Yeah, those tires are absolutely dead. KR must be telling him bring the car home. Don't do anything to it.
Oh, what's Eric done? I think Eric just outbroke themselves.
Very slightly, yep.
Did Faster tell you guys this was a test session yet?
What?
Did Faster tell you guys this was a test session?
No.
Alright, well, we're gonna run this as a test session.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great news, Cash.
So, if anything goes wrong, great, let us know. On feedback, thank you very much.
Awesome.
Cool.
That is, to say interesting to say the least, what just spoke in the commentary box. How do you react to that, D-Pod?
I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. I'm still seeing racing, and I'm still seeing Eric losing it on the curbs there in the first sector. Schwarzkopf has come into the pits for Craig.
So just to reiterate what Cash just mentioned to all of us, of course he is the founder of Ion and one of the senior directors, that this race is a test session and will not count the actual points. I hope, though, we do get to go to a new circuit.
Toots has also come into the pits.
Yeah, I think this should be a major news.
As it currently says, Epic and Korek are sharing the lead.
This won't be fun to say.
So we just passed the 3 hours and 30 minutes mark. AJ Capadonna, Brat and Rolf and Greg are all in the pits. You can see the Renault leaving first. Greg about to finish fueling up, getting some new tyres. So does the Uprise of AJ Capadonna. That's the 97 car. And the pits
I can't.
second.
So it is. I think there's a lot of drama going on as people are hearing the breaking news of what happened. It could possibly mean we would be going to Suwana's opening race.
Professor Bloxer still leading the poll to say that people thinking that that Brandstar will be able to win the race. So we'll just have to wait and see as Epic comes into the pits for KR.
So just to broadcast what Cash just confirmed to all of us, is an official test session. Which is worrying, based on everything of what was just said. So, well, you gotta see some good racing.
AJ Capadonna in the pits again. What's happening
Yeah,
to the
people have
Uprise?
started. Did AJ Capadonna retired? That is, I
As
think people
Correct's coming
don't
to the pits
like.
for a pit stop.
I don't think people were liking what Cash just said. So that is some breaking news on stream. It could, if Technical wants to put up a poll and see what does everyone feel about this, if people want to talk in chat, how do you feel about Cash announcing this? Let's see how the general fan base feels. As personally, I am a bit disappointed, but it is understandable. There has been a lot of problems going on this race.
Oh, Fex has just
Hey,
turned
Deepwood,
up again.
how do you feel? Yeah, hey
Oh,
Deepwood,
Fex.
how do you feel?
Did
I don't
AJ just
really
retire?
care, to be honest, so I'm getting paid for
Yeah,
it.
Uprise is retiring.
No, so what if Cash is just joking all along? Like,
I don't
this is
care, he confirmed it in chat.
True.
So, I don't care, I'm not in the mood for jokes after all that mess. Oh my god, bro, I could have done so many things today. But yes, I do this instead. And now my stream, I have to cancel my stream, of course, nice. It has 17 likes though. To be honest, I feel bad for Deepod for having to rush everything for today and panicking, not having commentators.
What this allowed us, it
But
tested our media capabilities, and it allows us to improve the timer for next week.
We had an attempt 2 weeks ago, or a week ago or something.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had 2 weeks to fix this. Trom said 20 minutes until I go on. Nice. But yeah. Deepod, are you gonna finish the stream of this, or are we finishing this, or no?
Yeah,
well, I'm going
why
to
not?
stay on air until we see people peeling into the pits. I'm just going to wait and see what happens when this news just breaks into all of the teams. That these points will not count.
Yep.
I'm in here. So I still think drivers want this win. This would be nothing, but these drivers have
Teams have already put in a lot of effort into today's race, and if it's not going to count for points, then sure. But Uprise have already shown what they
based
feel
on what
by
I heard from
retiring
KR,
both cars.
Yeah, KR is not giving up. They have a big ego, clearly. A lot of these drivers have their big egos that they don't want to give up. Uprise clearly doesn't have that, so they're not.
As Epic has just managed to get back ahead of the Renault.
Is it possible Corjet? Have they pit? Yes, they have. I believe that was final pit cycle. And we're still trying to get more clarification on this. So, what do you guys think should happen? Should we repeat the 6 hours of Palm Harbour, or should we go straight to Sim 1?
If there is no points, we should. I mean, it's a bad track, but if there is no points, we should still do it. If there is, if they somehow reward points, then no need to repeat it, I guess.
Deepo, do you want to put up a poll in chat and see what the people think?
I don't really care what the fans say, to be honest. But in my opinion, we were not. Okay, let me rephrase that.
Did you just say?
At the moment, I don't think the fans really matter on the decision on what type of session this is. But if this is a test session, everyone should have been notified beforehand and not halfway during the race, as people have already been on track by at that point when Cash said it. People had already been on track for 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours of effort just to get no points whatsoever. And remember how many DNFs we have had in this race. I just think that is quite unacceptable, in my opinion. I think that if the directors were planning for this to be a test session, they should have announced it way in advance and not 2.5 hours into the 6 hour race.
I missed other leagues I am in. I could have been engineer in Formula E. I could have been doing so many things. But yeah.
So we just got a confirmation from Fast in chat. This is no points, guys. We're not going to count this.
Nice. Bro, I literally burnt my hand trying to get coffee right now for this. I literally came back to got you guys saying it's a test session. Oh my goodness. Hey, but at least Depot, now you're gonna be more prepared next time with commentators.
Yeah.
There goes my stream. So do you need me to still commentate my next stint or no? Ooh, Epic Brother spun. To be honest, I'd be embarrassed to finish a 6 hour race that's just a test session. Which I guess it's good to collect data if nothing changes. Are you guys here? Am I talking to myself?
I am here. I was just muting my microphone because my keyboard's quite loud.
Oh, okay. Matt says in chat he stayed up until 4 AM for this. Yeah, he drove the first.
Yeah, so
stint.
Toots boxing.
Yeah, everyone complaining in chat. Toots does a pit stop though. The gap between P2 and P3 is so insane. Stop complaining, it's fun, it's Ion, I agree. If you're an Ion, you basically signed up to this kind of stuff, especially in Season 4. Oh, I see Depot is as angry as everyone else. Hey Deepot, good feedback in the Ion endurance
No, I know, it's
channel.
good feedback, isn't it?
Did you know I actually wrote? So you know how 2 weeks ago they had a lot of technical difficulties as well. I actually wrote a whole Google document explaining what happened and what shouldn't have happened and how stuff should have happened. I didn't finish it because halfway through I calmed down, but I wanted to just write it to explain how they could improve. But I like said, nah, it's fine. They're just under pressure. They're gonna learn from this. Then they do this. Oh man. Oh well. It's fine, I guess. To be honest, I think they should just cancel some series for this season and just focus on fixing everything else, and then next season they can work on getting everything prepared. Don't you think that's a better idea?
I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. Somehow we've already reached 224 laps, 290.
You're getting more viewers that now that the race is cancelled.
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Oh, look at this.
Are you free in like an hour
Me?
if there's no race?
I don't know, maybe. Depends.
Okay. How about we host a race in 6 hours of Silverstone? I see a KR leaving the garage.
I'm back now.
Wait, the garages are open?
Epic is retiring. Epic Epic brother is retiring. And so is
Both
Eric.
KRs
Both
are
KRs
retiring.
have finished this race. Or so-called
But
test session, which
why is
in
the
my
garage
opinion
open?
is
It's not supposed to
absolutely
be open.
unacceptable.
I think they're trying to test stuff.
Yeah, if they wanted to run a test session, they should have notified everybody a very long time before the event, not halfway through it, because hundreds of hours have already been spent. A lot of effort has already been spent going into this event. It's an absolute disgrace, and the senior directors should really face up to this.
No, never mind. What's going on is there's a hacker. Check management. All of you. IEC.
Yeah, I know. They're hacking because after the fact of the test session thing is being announced, you know, it's a retaliation.
I think we should
It shouldn't
go.
happen, but
I think we should go off air. Just a personal opinion. I think we need to address all this and go off air. D-pod.
Oh no, Epic and Eric have just come back onto the track actually. So I don't know whether they're.
Yeah, I mean the garage is open. It's not. I guess it's a test session, so leave the garage open. I guess. Whatever. I'm glad I did nothing today. Just waiting for this race.
Well, if anything, this could benefit any other league that could attempt to do anything. But Ion is the best league.
That's a bad time to say it.
Give us compensation. Ion is the most technological advanced league.
Yep.
And up until this point, I believed it was the most mature, but that's obviously been disproven by the inability to inform people of a test session halfway through
This is perfect content for one.
No, I think they figured out it's a test session after they realized everything is broken. But yeah.
Make points count. Okay, someone's hacking. I wonder if I have a suspicion who it is.
It's me.
D-pod, One Wheel Season 2 like this. Like this. Perfect for Season 2 One Wheels. D-pod, Season 2 One Wheels. IEC, breakdown.
We'll find out. Let's just
Oh,
Let's
test
have
it.
more boat
Oh,
races.
this is just fucking.
Can we have a boat race?
Okay, this doesn't even matter at this point.
We should have a... What are you putting on screen? Senior directors have made this a test session. so everyone is essentially can... Okay.
D-pod. Resize that font.
D-pod has a game of all life. We should do a boat race. What do you guys think? Guys, say in chat, should we have a boat race instead of finishing this?
Just trying to see if we can actually get the correct stuff in, like the new tire and fuel.
I don't think they're gonna. If they shut down,
Checkered flag is out. I believe the checkered flag is somehow went out.
Yeah, he put the finishing order in management, so I guess they're gonna reward the drivers with something.
I hope we get something. Media question mark.
Okay, well that's all for today, everybody. I don't really know what to say. So
let's wait 6 more minutes.
We might get some Robux compensation for this though. Good news! If you participated today, you're getting Robux compensation possibly.
I don't want Robux
compensation. Bro, I wasted a full day. What is my cat doing?
Hey, we got. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming. We're sorry this was such a mess. Good news is, media will be prepared for next time. We'll have our own timer and other things.
Why are you saying that?
Track water is, I don't know. Let's just have fun. Are we off stream?
no, not yet. Hang on. I'm just gonna. Where can I go? I can put this onto here, I think.
You're gonna want to hide the stream immediately.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no reason to have this up.
There we go.
This is perfect for one wheels.
Goodbye, everybody.
Well, I had.
Have a great day. We're sorry.